Hi guys, I'm Bill Addis, Wix Webmaster, and today I'm going to show you how to design a simple Wix site. So we're at Wix.com right now, so we're going to sign up. You enter your email address, and Wix asks you to confirm it. And for your password, you're going to pick something that you remember, but also something that's not very easy for someone to mimic. You can sign on with social media too. We're signing on with email and password. So go ahead and save a password. And now it brings you to a screen where it asks you what kind of website you want to create. And you have a choice between Wix Artificial Design Intelligence or with the Wix editor, which is standard drag and drop. We're going to go with that. So let's go into your Wix editor. So let's check this one out, Personal Trainer. Here you can view the functionality. You have your navigation bar. And the beauty of this is that this is a one-page site, which for a small business, this is all you need. Let's go to your editor. So go to Edit the Site. And here you're brought to your Wix template. This is your Pages menu. This is where you manage your pages for your site. Your Site menu gives you all the resources you need to publish your site, to edit it on your smartphone, to view your dashboard, which we'll get to, and to view and revert back to your history, as well as to save your work and preview your site. Over here you have your tools. Toolbar is checked off, which is this little side gadget here. Very useful. In fact, you should have it on all your pages. Your grid lines, which are these dotted lines over here. This helps you center your objects and your content. And Snap to Objects, which gives you the ability to keep things properly aligned. Over here is your help with access to Wix's resources. Over here is when you upgrade, when you eventually connect your domain to your website. The option to view it from your smartphone, to save your work, to publish when you're happy and you want to put your work online, and to preview. When you click on this, this shows you what your site will look on online. We'll start with the header. The header is what contains your navigation bar. You can also put your logo on here, and you have your social media bar. Facebook, Twitter, Google. So here Wix gives you different options to redesign your header. So I'm going to start with your change your header design. And when you click on here, all different set of options comes up. You have theme headers. If you move your cursor over, you can actually preview what it's going to look like. For example, no color, the original default. And I'm going to go with something somewhat transparent. So now you see it has some transparency to it. And let's look at some more customizable options. I'm going to draw a little border on the top. And I'm going to add a shadow. We'll keep it subtle. And here we have a nice navigation bar with a border. These are settings. And you notice it's set to freeze header. And now if you preview, notice how the header is always there when you scroll down. So now let's return to your editor. We're going to make some more changes to your site. So now it's going to look completely different from the original template. So first thing I think I want to do is change the company name. So let's edit the text. And when you click on edit text, it automatically highlights the text and you're ready to type away. So let's change the name. And I'm going to change the color. You have all these options here. You can bold, italicize, underline, change the background, foreground color, and create a link. So let's change the color to black. And then you can change the style of the font. And over here you have different themes for your font. This is a header font, an H1 font, which every site should have in order to satisfy the search engines, which we're going to get to in a different video. And we can do different alignments. So I'm going to do center to justify. Let's reduce the size of the bounding box so it's aligned to the button. Now let's make it bold. And let's move it up to the top because we're going to eventually add a paragraph. I also want to change the style of buttons. And I'll do something with a white background, black. And we'll create a little border around it. A nice thing you can also do with text is you can animate it. And here you have several different options. You can make it bounce, you can make it glide, you can make it expand in, fade in. So I'm going to make it fade in. And let's customize it a little more. And we'll have it animate the first time. Next we'll change the background. And on top here you have your toolbar. And we're going to go through a lot of different options on here. So let's go to your page background. And you see you have different choices of both video background and image background. I'm going to choose a video. Now Wix takes you to a page where you can upload videos, or you can choose from the many different videos that Wix has to offer. But let's do a yoga video since this is a yoga site. So you select that, and you change the background. And here already the site is starting to take shape. And let's preview to see how that looks. So now we turn to the editor. And I want to add a few more elements to the site. Before I do so, it's always a good idea to save your site. And when you save it, the default name is my site. So we're going to change it to yoga site. Now saving again is different from publishing, where saving just saves it in your Wix account, and when you publish, it puts it out to the public. So let's hit done. And now it's going to be in your history, so anytime you make changes and you want to revert back to it, you can bring back what you originally did. Let's add some text to the site. So if you click on this add button, you get a whole bunch of different options. You can add text, you can add an image, you can add an image gallery, or slideshow. You can add buttons, or strip across your screen. Other options are music and video, a blog and a store, and so much more. So let's go ahead and add text. And we'll add a small paragraph. And I'm going to move it here. And see how you have the snap to purple line over here. So now you know it's aligned with the title. And let's click on Edit Text. And let's center that. The next thing I'll do is add a little image. So we'll go back to the Add button here. And you can go to either your uploaded images. And now you have the choice of adding one of your own images, which I'll show you how that works. So if you click on the button that says Upload, it will bring you to your hard drive. And you can choose from the images that you have in your folder. I'm going to go to one of Wix's free images since there's so many professional looking images. I will choose Sports and Recreation. Once you've picked your image, you can resize it. Next, let's see some other changes we can make to the site. So over here you have a strip. So I'm going to add a new strip, a new About section. So we'll delete the strip that's there, and we'll add And I'm going to go with this one, since it has an About Us column. Now let's move this up to where the original About section was. Just below the anchor. And now we'll change the background now with a strip. This one's separated into two columns. So we will change the column background on each image. So let's once again go back to our Wix images and pick a couple of yoga related images. And next we'll want to save. We'll return to our site, and we're going to cover the Pages menu. Now if you notice the navigation bar, there's several different links. And rather than each one going to a page, this is all a one-page site. Now let's go into preview for a second, and we'll see how these links work. Now the way you can tell that these are links and not pages is, notice the paperclip next to each item. And the way these are set up is that each one goes to what's called an anchor on a page. An anchor is a reference which tells the user where to go when they click on it. And here's an example of an anchor. Over here I have an anchor that says About. When someone clicks on the About link, it takes the user to that anchor. So let's go ahead and add a page. And here you're given three options. One which is the menu header, which means that when you click on it, a drop-down comes up with a list of choices. A link, which is what most of these menu items are, and a page. So let's call this page, I'm going to call it Video, because I'll use it to show you how to embed a video. And let's move it right below Services here. And now we'll change the page background, and we'll just give it a white color. And now let's embed a video. Let's put some text. So we'll add a little header to this page. We'll add a page title. We'll click on Edit Text. Let's call Namaste Studio Videos. Now let's go to Add, which allows you to embed YouTube and Vimeo media. Let's pick YouTube, and this gives you a default video. So now we'll change the video. If you have the link, you can paste it right in there. You can allow it to auto-load. We're going to leave that off. And we'll set the controls to appear only on hover. Let's save this page now. And let's preview it. Now we can return to editor. So now we have a site with two pages. We have our home page, which includes all the links to the other sections of the site. And you have a separate one for video, which is the Bonafide page. The third page we have is your bookings. Now, a site like this is where you can book appointments. The bookings page is pulled up from a Wix app. Wix has an extensive app market, which gives you all the tools that you need to build a highly functional site. And here are Wix recommended apps. For example, events page, which would actually be great for a site like this, and a calendar. Eventually, you might want to add a blog. Or if you're in the music industry, you can showcase your albums or your tracks and allow users to pay and download. Now would be a good time to publish the site. Before we do so, let's take a look to see how it will look on your smartphone. Now you click on this icon here. You see two options: to edit the desktop view, which we're at now, and to edit the mobile view. Make sure this is switched on. Make your site mobile friendly. So let's see how it looks in mobile view now. I'm going to move a few things around. In mobile view, Wix gives you the option to change the size of the text. If you click on this minus sign, we'll make the text smaller, or you can make it larger. It intelligently aligns the text on your phone on the site. So let's center align the text. Let's move the picture up a little more. You have a couple options when you can resize the picture, or when you click on this arrow, it brings the picture up as well as the rest of the site. So, which means you don't have to manually move everything up. In the mobile editor, because you have a smaller site, you may not want to reveal everything that's in the desktop version. So Wix gives you the option to hide some aspects. For example, let's say maybe you don't want to show all these pictures. So you can highlight this and click on this little eye that hides the selection. Now if you want it back, you can go to this little eye in the toolbar on the left, and you can unhide it. The mobile editor has some other great options, including the mobile action bar. And this allows you to see the menu, to dial a number directly, and to send an email. And you can include the address as well. And since it's a light colored site, I'm gonna activate that. I'm also going to add a button back to top. Well, now in order to see these changes, let's go ahead and publish our site. And when you publish, you have the option of upgrading your package to premium, which allows you to use your domain, let's say www.mysite.com, and also saves the most recent copy of the site. Also from here, you can view how your site will look online. And of course, if you're unhappy with your changes, you can always revert back to a previous version of your site. To do this, simply return to your home page, hover over the save, and view site history. From here you can view all different saved versions of your site when you first started working on it. And you have the opportunity to preview your site. I'm going to stick with the version we have. So rather than restore it to the previous version, we'll return to our current site. Let's go to see how your site will look on a smartphone. We are on an iPhone. Click on those three lines on the top. You have the menu. Let's go to your About section. Next, that upward facing arrow, which is to go to your top. Now back in the home page or home section, you see the mobile action bar on the bottom. When you tap on that, you see your options. All the way to your left is your navigation. You can also send email from your mobile action bar. Or you can go onto social media, like your Facebook page. Let us now return to your desktop to see how your published site looks live. Let's click on the links to go to About, our services, our new video page, contact, where you could automatically send an email to the owner of the site, The send connects to your email address. And to our booking app, where you can go ahead and set appointments. Our last stop for the day will be your dashboard, which can be found in the site navigation bar menu. Your dashboard has all your tools that you need to manage your site. This includes commonly used apps, the status of your site. Right now you have a free Wix site, and when you upgrade to premium, you can connect your own domain. You can also assign other people to edit your site, and if you have a store, you can manage invoices. You can also set up your email. You can use Wix Engage, which is great for marketing and engaging with your clients. And you have your recommended apps down here. It's been a pleasure teaching you on the basics of how to create a Wix site. Happy creating!